Coach T podcast, and the NFL show is presented by Turner Sports Training, TST. All right, fellas, we did it. Yes, we did it. Whoa, we did it.
Oh, man. That was a whole season. That's crazy.
The whole season, bro. No matter what, nobody could ever take this away from us. The whole entire season.
Yeah.
Yo, I think we missed, I think well, not missed, but we didn't do Thanksgiving.
And we
didn't do one other week. Because I have it in my mind. I think it was week 16, possibly. Because I have it all categorized. But it's only like 2 weeks.
I missed a week or two.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. All right, it's 10:30 for you guys, man. I don't want to hold you up too much longer, but y'all gonna be getting some text from me during this game. You better believe that.
Go. Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Hey. You know what time it is? Yeah. You know what time it is? Some people are probably like, what time is it? You know what time it is.
It's showtime.
We going to the ship. 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 We are here. We here, y'all. We here. The NFL, the big ticket. Yes, sir. The Super Bowl. We are here. We going to the ship. And you are now listening to the Coach T NFL show with Kyle and Hicks. Yo, this is about to be a phenomenal show. We about to talk everything, any and everything about the NFL Super Bowl, about the Rams and the Bengals and their matchup. We're going to talk props. We're going to talk, obviously, the matchup. We're going to talk about possible MVP candidates. We're going to talk about the whole gamut, man. But before we do that, fellas, as always, for our last show, man, it's a little bittersweet. But for the last one, man, tell the good people out there that are listening, how you doing?
I've been doing pretty good. I'm enjoying, I'm right by Cincinnati, so I'm not right by Cincinnati, but I'm in Louisville. It's kind of down the street. So a lot of Bengals fans here, especially because Louisville doesn't have a pro team. So we kind of a mix of Colts, Bengals, Titans people. But a lot of Bengals fans. That's, of course, the oldest team. And, interested to see what Burrow's going to do. Joe Burrow. But I think that I'm just excited in general for the Super Bowl. I love the Super Bowl. I'm watching the NFL honors right now. It's been pretty good. And other than that, ready for this last week of football. It's been sad without football long, but bittersweet to see this last game.
Yeah, man, I'm doing super, super well. Super pumped that we are here. We are to the Super Bowl.
Yes, sir.
And it is exciting, man. And I'm telling you right now, I don't think there was one person on this entire earth that would have guessed this, man. It's crazy. It's insane.
That's what makes it so sweet.
Now, as I say that, I was actually getting into this a little later, but since I actually just said that, there is one person in this world that actually did say this. And I don't know how real it is. I just saw about it. But the Simpsons might have striked again. All right. They might have striked again. I saw something where it had Bengals versus Rams in the Super Bowl. And I'll get to the score a little later. But I'm doing real well, man.
Good, man. We speaking on that, we're gonna do a lot of predictions. So it's good that you kind of are reserving that right now, because I know the fans out there that are listening, they know what we do, man. We talk about these games, we give it extensive breakdowns, and then at the end, man, we make great predictions, which we've been pretty good this year, I will say. We're gonna pat ourselves on the back on that one. We're gonna clap that up for ourselves.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We've been pretty decent this year. So obviously the big games, Rams and the Bengals. Now that I look at it, and I don't know why I haven't noticed this yet, but officially the Bengals are I don't know. Please tell me if this is right or wrong. Are the Bengals officially the home team in this matchup?
Yes, they are the home team. It is alternating. It was just the AFC's turn this year to host it, and it was obviously in LA already. So it was kind of just a coincidence that the Rams made it when they were already the home team. And the AFC, they were the home team this year.
Okay, so they don't do by like overall seeding who is the official home team.
Nope,
okay,
I think it just alternates every year.
That's dope. Okay, you learn something new every day, people. That's what they told me in elementary, and I see it's true. All right, so we're gonna go through the games. Before we actually get into our actual picks for the games, I think we talk a little bit about props. What are props? Props are the game within the game. We talking, over under for yards, over under for touchdown. Who actually will score a touchdown? Who maybe scores the first touchdown? What color will the Gatorade be at the end of the game? Coin toss, head or tails. When you talk about the Super Bowl, obviously the game and the matchup is one thing. But lo and behold, man, the most important thing for a lot of people out there are the props. And the little game within the game in terms of what you're going with, who you're picking, what players you think will explode, what players do you think are going to be slowed down in the game. And again, stuff like coin toss. Do you think it's going to be heads? Do you think it's going to be tails? I was always taught tails doesn't fail. But I'm also a heads guy too. So I don't know. We'll talk about all those things. What we're going to do right now, we're going to talk about our best prop picks. And again, they may sound random. They may sound like, I don't even know how Vegas came up with these props. Like, do people even care about that? It's some random ones, so we're going to have fun with it. But we're also going to give you guys some good little tidbits when it comes to props for this game before we actually get into the breakdown of who we think is going to win and why. So who would like to begin with this, with our favorite props? Kyle, I got a feeling that you maybe want to begin here.
I mean, I can begin. I will say, actually, looking at these, I don't necessarily have actually. I mean, let me see here. Hold up.
Let's do some fun. Just some fun ones you think maybe will hit, maybe not. Maybe just some fun ones you think, hey, this is kind of cool. And if I was to pick on it, this is what I would choose.
So, yeah, I mean, honestly, yeah. So I would say, I guess one that I would do. I think it's pretty fun. It's not super out of the ordinary, but I think with the two offenses we have, the two quarterbacks we got, there's a special going on for this one, and it's Joey B and Matt Stafford to have 3+ touchdowns each.
3+.
All right, they have
3+ touchdowns each.
Yes,
passing.
3+ passing touchdowns each. They got that up to +900, my dog. +900. That basically means you bet $1, you win $9. Really good odds there, and I really do not think it's out of the ordinary. Another one, honestly, I don't know what the odds are, but the other one is the coin flip. All right,
I have it all pulled up here for you. I don't know if I have the coin flip, but yeah, let me know and I can shoot it out for you guys.
Okay, bet. If I were you guys, just me personally, I'm going heavy on the tails. I think I saw a stat where it has been a while. It has not impossible, but it's been a long time since the coin flip has gone back to back in the Super Bowl. Last year it was heads, so I am going heavy on the tails this year.
And that's one of those props where it's truly 50-50. Like it's truly 50-50. Let me read off. I know Hicks, you want to throw in a couple, but let me read off for the listeners out there some of the props that they are offering. I want to read off some of the props that they are offering. Just for example, so we have, and again, there are a lot of them, man. You can go on the first play. Will it be run or pass? You can go on shortest touchdown scored. LA Rams, their first touchdown, who is going to be. Bengals, their first touchdown, who it will be. Obviously, the receiving, the rushing, the passing yards, you can go through that. Let me see. Last play of the game to be a quarterback kneel or not. So that means will the game end in the victory formation? Rams first drive result. Will there be a 2-point conversion attempt? Will there be a successful 2-point conversion attempt? Let me see. What will happen first for the Bengals? A punt or will they score points? Same thing for the Rams. Will it be a punt first or will they score points first? Most first downs. The Bengals are +132. This is handy dandy online book right here. You have Cincinnati Bengals. They are +132 to get the most first downs in this game. The Rams, they are the favorites there at -162. So you can even do props of who will get the most first downs in the game. Total first downs, over or under 41.5. Total third down conversions, over or under 10.5. So, I mean, you guys can see literally anything that has to do with the game of football. I think you can even find which team or which coach calls the first time out. Yes, you heard that correctly. You can have a prop, or you can pick a prop of which coach, Sean McVay, or why is his name escaping me? Taylor.
Yeah.
Zach Taylor, who actually calls the first time out. And if I heard this correctly, I think in the last 9 games, Sean McVay has called the first time out of each of those games between the two coaches. So that's it. There you go. That may be a hit right there. The one that I like, and I said Hicks, but sorry, I'm just jumping out there because this is one that I can remember. One that I like, will each team make a field goal 33 yards or more? And the reason why I like that is that both these teams, they don't have a high rate of going for it on fourth down. They're not like the Chiefs. They're not like the Chargers. The Chargers they were going for fourth down almost half the games that they played. So for the Bengals and the Rams, they're more on the conservative side. So I think once they get into the opponent's plus territory, they get into the opponent's side of the side of the field. I think if they get to a fourth down situation, especially in the biggest game of the year, they're going to try to take those short points. So I think both teams hit a field goal 33 yards or more in this matchup. And again, that's a prop that you could pick. So Hicks, you got anything that you like, or you taking a look at, or something that you just thought was fun?
I'm not big into like the crazy prop bets. I'm more so in thinking about, Super Bowl MVP. Which for me, I honestly think it's going to be Cooper Kupp, which he is one of the leading, obviously, people to win that.
He's plus 550 on that.
So I think that I don't know. I feel like it's been a minute since the receivers won, and he might just have that change around play at the end of the game. The other one I think about is who might be like, if there'll be a defensive score or not. I always think about that. Defensive scores matter in the Super Bowl. Then just turnovers. How many turnovers are people gonna have? Because that's important in any game, but especially in playoff games, and especially in the Super Bowl. Each turnover in the Super Bowl will be forever remembered. So it matters. So that's kind of some of the stuff that I look at.
Okay, I like that. And you brought up a great point, Hicks. So in terms of just overall Super Bowl MVP odds, Matt Stafford is the leader. Joe Burrow is right behind him. Of course, the quarterbacks are going to be the leaders there. And then Cooper Kupp is third. Again, he's plus 550. Aaron Donald, is fourth. He's plus 1,500. And then Jamar Chase is actually behind Aaron Donald at 2,500 or plus 2,500. And then in terms of, again, they got everything, y'all. Like position, you can even just pick the position. Quarterback is minus 290 to win the MVP. So it doesn't matter who you're picking. You're just saying that one of the quarterbacks is going to win. Wide receivers plus 300. Running back or fullback is plus 1,000. And then any defensive player is plus 900. And then this one is it's all plus right here. But Super Bowl, will the Super Bowl MVP be on the losing team? Which I don't even know how many times that has even happened. That is plus 3,500. So, you know what I mean? Crazy stuff. Looking at some of these special team props, they even got their own little section, and they also have defensive props. So Kyle or Hicks, I can go through those just quickly. But special teams props, again, opening kickoff return for a touchdown, plus 5,000 if that happens. So you put $100 on that, and they return the opening kickoff. That's $5,000.
Bears Colts 2006. It happened.
Yep, Hester. Hey, opening kickoff. Will it be a touchback? Yes or no?
Bro,
again. Yeah.
Just say really quick, that one. That's another one that I actually forgot to mention about earlier. The reason why this is probably so close to in the bets. That ball, you guys have to understand, is the second that ball is kicked off and the play's done, that ball is being put in a box, shipped to Canton to go put in the Hall of Fame as the opening kickoff ball. Like it literally gets there. Excuse me. It literally gets there less than 24 hours before the game ends. Okay, so it's a brand new ball. The equipment managers get like 30 minutes before the game to break it out of the package and get it, nice and soft and things like that.
Take some air out of it.
No, I don't think they can do that.
Is it Brady's guy?
official, and both teams get like 30 minutes to like beat it up and just get as rough. But they're brand new balls. It's like a brick kicking those things. So I'm telling you right now, it will absolutely not be a touchback. Continue.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Well, they're about even odds, so there you go. If you like that, you like that. I mean, successful onside kick recovery in the game. Yes, it's plus 1,600. No, it's minus 6,000. Defensive props. This is for Hicks. Will there be a safety during the game? Plus 730 for the yes, minus 1,300 for the no. Will the interception be returned for a touchdown? You can look at that. Defensive or special teams touchdown. The no on that is minus 320. The yes is plus 250. I mean, literally any and everything you can think of. You can take player tackles. Which player has the most tackles overall plus assists? You know, Logan Wilson, Troy Reader, Von Bell, Jermaine Pratt. They got a bunch of guys here. Sam Huber, Eli Apple, cornerback. He's plus 3,000. Sack props. This is a good one. Team to record the first sack. You can pick the team on that. Team to record the most sacks. Player to record the first sack. Player to record the first sack for the Rams. Player to record the first sack for the Bengals. So, again, I can go on for days for this. Again, this is what, to me, this is an added benefit, an added draw to what is the biggest game in all of professional sports, which is the Super Bowl. It's the props. Again, you can go down to what color will the Gatorade be, and I'm not going to take time to try to look at that, but will it be red? Will it be blue? Will it be orange? Will it be yellow? And I think you can actually pick the prop of, will no Gatorade be thrown on a coach after the game, which is kind of boring to me. I mean, you got to be a party pooper if you don't even want that, which is you know, that's not my flow, but again, this is just an added feature, and it's just something to keep the game interesting for people that are into that. So I figure we talk about some of those props, and there's some really good ones. So if you're into that, I'm sure you already started looking. If you're not into that and this kind of intrigued you with it, be responsible, of course, but there are definitely some really cool props out there that you can take advantage of. All right, let's talk about this game, fellas. Let's talk about this game, huh?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, so let's do this, man. Let's do this. Give me a reason, and Hicks, we'll begin with you. Give me a reason or a way that the LA Rams win this game.
I think the way that they get to the game is not easiest path, none of the paths are easiest, but if they get defensive pressure going with the 5 defensive all-stars. They got not all-stars, but they have 5 people who have played high-level NFL late-season football. And I feel like Von Miller actually kind of woke up at the end of the last game. Mm-hmm. He is just somebody who might come all the way back to life this game. Of course, Aaron Donald, obviously, he's number 4 for the MVP. But if they can just attack on defense, put pressure to Joe Burrow, we got to remember Tennessee Titans sacked this dude 9 times.
That's what they bring up. Yep.
He's not going to be able to survive 9 sacks from Aaron Donald. That he'll be carted off. I hope that doesn't happen. But that would not be good. So I think that's the way that the Rams win. It's just with defensive pressure. And then, of course, you got Jalen Ramsey and Eric Weddle out there just to patrol the skies in case you want to try to heave up any, prayers. But yeah, that's the way I see the Rams winning.
Love it. What you got for us, Kyle? How do you see the LA Rams winning this matchup?
So, I mean, that Hicks really took mine too, I would say with that. Something else, I guess another thing would be for Matt Stafford to not turn the ball over. Okay, I think that is going to be absolutely key in the Rams winning this game. If you guys have watched, again, I've done nothing but talk highly of Matt Stafford. Think he's a video game. I mean, there's a chance he can throw for 500 yards, 5 touchdowns. But the thing is, in every single game, every single important moment, he has kind of almost given it up. I mean, there's been a couple drop picks. I mean, especially like last week or 2 weeks ago in that last game. If that dude doesn't drop that pick, it might be a whole different game, and the Rams might not be in the Super Bowl right now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's legit and that's real. And there's been a lot of things about that with Matt Stafford. I feel like that is his only downfall. But a thing that he's great at about doing that too is he'll throw a pick and then come out and still be slinging it, still have the confidence in the world. So I think with that, even though he does have that trait, I think it is so important that, he does not turn that ball over, because with how their defense has been playing, they've been getting the job done. I don't think they're gonna, especially with their swagger and how the team, their chemistry and their identity, I don't think they're going to drop those balls. I think they're going to take every opportunity that Matt Stafford gives, if he allows it. So I would say Matt Stafford needs to hold on to that ball, not throw any picks, and they should be holding up a Lombardi.
Yeah, so going through these stats here, because I think this helps the average fan just understand where these two teams actually rank compared to their counterparts of the NFL. So when you look at total yards on offense, both are top 10. Total passing yards on offense, both are top 10. Rushing yards on offense, both are bottom 4th, both in the 20s. Points per game, they are literally dead even at 27.1, which ranks 7th in the NFL when it comes to points per game scored on offense. And then third down, LA Rams are top 10, and the Bengals are dead smack middle, number 16. So average in the league. Defensively, this is where I think things definitely can change a little bit. Total yards per game allowed, they're both, the Rams have the slight favorite there. They're 17th. The Bengals, they're 20th. Passing yards allowed per game, they're both in the 20s. Rushing yards allowed per game, they're both, this is surprising to me, they're both top 10, really both top 5 in that category. Points per game allowed, they're pretty much neck and neck. Rams with slight favorites there in terms of points per game allowed. They are 15th in the NFL, and the Bengals, they are 17th in third down percentage. Wow, they're pretty much neck and neck. So even me, again, we do this show, we've been doing this show for months now. And to me, the sentiment that you hear about when it comes to the Rams is defense. They got some dogs on defense. And yes, they do. Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey. I mean, they have big names on defense. And then you think of the Bengals, you think offense. But really, when you compare these two teams, they both have really good defenses. I mean, literally, if you guys have these stats in front of you like I do, they're the same team on defense in terms of stats. And offensively, they're the same team on offense in terms of stats. Now, I know the players are different and all that, but you're talking over a course of 20, 21, 22 weeks, however long it's been, where the averages pretty much bear out to where these teams are fairly even. So with that being said, if I have to look at how the LA Rams win this game, they're going to need some, and Hicks, I'm glad you brought it up. They're going to need some defensive turnovers. They're going to have to sack the quarterback. Of course, any team in the big game like this, they're able to apply pressure to the other team, especially the other team's quarterback. They always going to have a great chance to win that game. So Rams with Aaron Donald, with Jalen Ramsey, they got to provide pressure to the other team, and specifically Joe Burrow, the quarterback. I also think they got to be able to stop the run. What do we have? The Bengals in run game, they are 23rd, a little over 100 yards per game rushing. So if they completely negate that, talking about the Rams negating the Bengals run game, now obviously they become one dimensional, and they're really good at that one dimension. But when you can only rely on that one dimension, it's pretty predictable. And again, you got Jalen Ramsey, Eric Weddle. I know he was out of the league for a long time and he's kind of an old man, but I mean, he's a veteran. So he knows the game of football. He has seen every type of pass concept, every type of play action. He's been studying the playbook, been studying the film for the last 2 weeks. So that's never going to be a problem. So to me, the Rams win it by playing Rams football, which is, again, sacking the quarterback, or at least getting after the quarterback to where he is not comfortable the entire game. And you guys brought it up. The Titans did that to the Bengals, a few weeks ago. So it can be done, and it has been done in the playoffs. And then the Rams just got to be able to, if they are able to rattle the quarterback, Joe Burrow, then they got to be able to capitalize on the other end. And you do need Matt Stafford, who is by far, this is his biggest game of his life. When he played for my Lions, I think he played in two, if I'm not mistaken, 2 playoff games. And the Detroit Lions have only won 1 playoff game in the last 60 years. 1. The Bengals surpassed that weeks ago. Think about that. So Matt Stafford, he never won a playoff game before coming to the Rams. So to now be in this position, to be able to potentially be a Super Bowl winning quarterback in LA, when you play for the LA Rams, clearly there's a lot of pressure behind that. So he's going to need to be able to take care of the ball, not make a boneheaded play, utilize his weapons. And again, if the defense is rocking and rolling, just don't mess it up, Matt Stafford. Simple as that. So flip side of this, how do the Bengals win this matchup? Kyle, I will let you begin on this one. Go.
Ooh, how the Bengals win this matchup? The Bengals win this matchup by a couple things. One, Joey Burrow does not get on the ground. All right, so kind of vice versa. With it, all the game is always won in the trenches. If Joey Burrow, if they can just hold off just a little bit to give him a little bit time to where he can actually get the ball to Jamar Chase, to Higgins, to Boyd, all these guys, then they got a real shot. Second, I think another way that they win this game is they are either tied or losing by 2 or less points with the ball. That's how I think that they also win this game, because if they can get, I'm telling you right now, if they can get within the 50 and they have the ball last, they're going to kick a field goal, and I guarantee the kid's going to make it. He's almost like the same type of swagger and confidence. Yes, dude. I love this kid.
That's why you draft a kicker, is what the Bengals tweeted.
Exactly.
That's why you draft a kicker.
He's a rookie. He's got the almost not to his that extreme, but he's basically got the same swagger as Joey B does. He's super confident. He is 2 field goals away from tying Adam Vinatieri's all-time record of the most field goals in a postseason history. He's 2 field goals away from tying it, 3 field goals away from beating it. I think it's very possible.
Your homework, huh? I love it.
You already know, man. You already know.
Sir.
I guarantee that he gets at least 2 or 3 this game. And he also went on the Pat McAfee show about a month ago and literally was like, "Hey, you guys ever heard about this? Heard about that record Vinatieri's got? It'd be real nice to break it." He was saying that like first round of the playoffs. So I'm telling you right now, I think it would not surprise me if he kicks a game-winning field goal to actually win that game. It can be from 60 yards, 65. I think the kid's still going to make it. Dude, in a dome, in Cali. Dude, he's got a boot of a leg, I'm telling you. Oh, and last thing is, that is actually, I'm pretty sure, him kicking a last-second field goal. I'm pretty sure that's like a super boost or something. It's like plus 800 or something. So I think if they can keep Joey Burrow up so he can actually get the ball to his playmakers, or they're down by 2 or less with the ball last, I think they'll win.
Wow. Good stuff, man. Hicks, how do the Bengals win?
Me and Kyle usually have a lot of similar takes, but to me, I feel like Bengals defense has to make a big leap because I think that the Rams defense is going to put pressure on the Bengals offense. And you know what they always say, that a good, sometimes in the NFL, like a good offense is a good defense. So your defense getting you good field position, yada, yada, yada. But to me, for the Bengals to be able to hold up, they got to make plays. When their offense puts them in those 3-and-out situations, or they have those adverse situations, the Bengals defense has to be able to step up. They can't let Odell Beckham start getting the crowd revved up in LA during the Super Bowl. They can't let the should-be MVP Cooper Kupp, we'll see if he gets in here in just a second. They can't let him go crazy. So really, to me, the Bengals defense stepping up and holding out can be a turning point for the Bengals to really win this game. And especially if you know how the Rams had really played at the end of the season, it wasn't great. So I think there's definitely opportunity for the Bengals defense to kind of be the secret hero of this game.
Yeah, and that's the part that, like, I really am, number one, as a fan, intrigued to see just how the Bengals defense, how it steps up. And then number two, we hit on it just a little bit reading through those stats. To me, the Bengals defense is the most underrated phase of any of these teams. You don't hear anybody talking about the Bengals defense. When you talk about defense in this matchup, you hear Aaron Donald, you hear Jalen Ramsey, you hear about the Rams. You talk about offense, yeah, they give you the Bengals and they give you, Matt Stafford, quarterback, and what they can do. Nobody ever talks about the Bengals defense. And again, you read those stats, they're on par, if not better, than the LA Rams on defense. Speaking about the Bengals. So, I mean, it's a reason why this team is here. And you give opportunity to Joe Burrow to be able to have an opportunity to either start off hot and just have to continue and keep a lead with that explosive offense, or you have him get an opportunity to late in the game, it's tied up, or maybe they're down a score and they got to get a score to win the game. They got a great kicker, which Kyle hit on, and they also got the ability where Joe Burrow is Joe Cool. I call him Joey Cigar for a reason, because he just chill, laid back, cool cat. Like, and he's been in it was a national title game. It was college, but he's been in the quote unquote big game before. When you talk about being able to win that big game, obviously he won it with LSU, Jamar Chase, and those guys. So my man Joey Cigar has been there before, and I don't think the bright lights will get to him in this matchup. So to me, if the Bengals are able to play defense the way they have been playing, they can force some turnovers, maybe a fumble recovery or two, maybe an interception that Matt Stafford is definitely willing to give. I wonder what the prop will be for that. Will Matt Stafford throw an interception? I guarantee the odds are very high for that. And again, the Bengals are able to spread them out, really negate Aaron Donald by spreading them out, throwing, getting the ball out of Burrow's hands quick. They got athletes. They got T. Higgins. They got Jamar Chase. They got Tyler Boyd. They got who's their tight end? I don't know if he's going to be back because I think he hurt his knee. They got enough weapons on the outside. They got Mixon, of course. They can use them in a screen game and a run game. Like, the Bengals are a sexy team, yo. Like, there's not anybody that can watch the Bengals and say this is a boring team, or this is a team where you ever feel like they are out of a game, because they're not. And plus, the Bengals have been in every type of game this offseason, these playoffs. They've been in the tight ones. They've been able to come back after being, down a bunch, a la the Chiefs game. They've been in the game where Joe Burrow was sacked 9 times. I'm looking at a stat now. This year, Joe Burrow he's taken 51 sacks, most by any quarterback. So it's not like he is not used to being hit. He's used to being under duress in the pocket, but he finds a way to make it work. So to me, you're able to get the Bengals in a situation where whether they start hot because of the defense and Joe Burrow is able to keep that flame, or they just keep it close enough to where they're able to make a play on defense on Matt Stafford, or for Burrow to make a play late in the game to either set up a field goal or go down and score a touchdown when needed. I think this team is more than capable of doing that, and they have shown they are more than capable of actually doing that, and they have done that. So when you beat a quarterback like who is it? I don't know why I'm blanking. Patrick Mahomes, after being down, they were down 20 plus points at halftime, if I'm not mistaken, with an opportunity to go down even more. And then, they have that nice little 4th down stop right before halftime that seemed like they propelled them in that game last, 2 weeks ago. The Bengals are here not only to play, but the Bengals are here to win. And if anyone thinks any differently, they have a chance to be highly mistaken, and they have been fooled, because they are taking this team for granted. This team, they may be young, but they're ready. Legit, like they can win this game. And again, you look at those stats. You take the names off the jerseys, you take the colors off of the helmets. These teams are eerily very similar. Very similar. So they both got explosive receivers. They both got explosive quarterbacks that got big arms and have shown they can make plays in their career. And they both got defenses that attack the quarterback and are advantageous when it comes to taking the ball away from the other team. So clearly, without a doubt, I'm excited to see it. But that's how the Bengals can win it, to me. Anything else you guys want to add to that?
Hey, I will just say there's another guy that might have just kind of possibly, as of now, hung it up, that also won a Super Bowl in his 2nd year and kind of went on a run and made a dynasty and played for 22 years. And a lot of mental similarities, a lot of play style similarities, a lot of, just that attitude similarities. I'm just really excited, man. I'm just really excited to watch this game. I'm excited to get on my bets in, on my picks in. Excited to watch some good football. And then lo and behold, also to cheer us up a little bit, is the draft's in like 3 weeks, fellas. Draft's like 3 weeks, I think. You know what I'm saying? So 3-4 weeks, I think. So I could be
right back
completely
to
wrong. I heard something like that, but
2 days in April.
yeah, okay. So so we got about a little bit, but it's gonna be here, right before we know it.
All right, let's do it. Let's wrap this up by making our selections, our picks of who will win the game. I'm going to read some trends here just to make sure we go through it. And I probably should have pulled up another sheet. We only got, 4 trends here? I can do some more if we need it, but we shouldn't need too much, man. We already read the team stats, and you guys know some of these trends and stuff you can throw out of the window because, again, the big lights, the biggest game, of the year, some of that stuff really don't matter. But the total has gone under in 5 of the Rams' last 5 games when they play Cincinnati. And what is the over-under in this matchup? Making sure I can pull this up so we can have some reference. All right, here we go. For this matchup, the Rams, they are favorite. You can kind of catch the number at, -3.5, -4, -4.5. But right now I'm going to say the Rams, they are 4-point favorites. 49.5 is the over-under. This is a 5:30 Central kickoff. Obviously, this is Sunday's matchup, the Super Bowl. So I'm sure everybody be cozy, be locked up, ready to go for this game, man. But matter of fact, we got to talk about what are you guys doing for the Super Bowl matchup. So keep that in your mind after we talk about these games. But the total has gone under in 5 of LA's last 5 games when they played the Bengals. Again, the over-under for this matchup, 49.5. The Rams in their last 9 games, they have won 8 of them. So obviously they're hot at the right time. We're talking about making the Super Bowl. Both these teams are hot. In Cincinnati, in their last 5 games overall, they are 5-0 against the spread. Okay. And again, remember the spread is -4 for the LA Rams. So I'm going to ask for our last game of the year. Oh, so sad. Oh, I want to tear up. I want to cry. Last game of the year, man. Who would like to go first?
I guess I'll go.
All right. So wait. I want to make sure I do this for I want to make sure I do this for the last game, for the last matchup for the Super Bowl, fellas. Let's pick the winner.
I love it. Yes, sir. This is gonna be a tough one, man. This is gonna be a real tough one. There's 2 great stories behind this. Matt Stafford, he obviously, OBJ. They've all gone through so much. They absolutely. I think there's not one person out there that deserves this more. On the flip side, you got the Cincinnati Bengals, who've been the dogs the whole time. They got a chip on their shoulder. They're young. They're explosive. They're amazing. Great football team. They got the swaggiest quarterback in NFL history, probably what it'll end up being. This is tough. I'm gonna tell you right now, Bengals cover no matter what. All right, Bengals will cover. I think this is gonna be a 1 to 3 point game. And saying that, I said it earlier. I even said the props. McPherson wins them a Super Bowl, baby. First Super Bowl Bengals history, at least in the last 30-35 years, something like that. I am choosing the Cincinnati Bengals.
Man, that'd be
It's going to be tough. I can already tell where this is going. This is going to be real tough.
Okay. Well, for me, when I look at this game, when I look at most professional sports, I am heavy. I said this on the show a lot. I'm very heavy on experience. I think that it reigns supreme a lot of times, even when we don't notice it. And I don't know. So I feel like Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, the Bengals team, Zach Taylor, like they got a future coming. Like they are a force to be reckoned with. They about to do some big damage in the NFL. Now, Matt Stafford is going to be playing in, his maybe like 5th overall playoff game. But outside of him, his team is literally, they were in a Super Bowl 3 years ago or something like that. So these guys are hungry. Aaron Donald's hungry. He's been regarded as one of the best players in the league since he got in for years.
Since he's been in the league, right.
It's not something new to him. So I think it's totally something different when you look at a team that the hype isn't there anymore. For us to win isn't going to be a Cinderella story. We got to go get it done. Like we have a completely different mentality when approaching this game. Our mentality is let's go to work and get it done. We don't care. And a lot of times, just in professional sports or big time sports, I feel like the team that you hear the least about is usually the team that is coming to play. They're the team that is about to put it away. And I feel like I've just heard so much about the Bengals, and I get it. They're big. It's a big story, but I feel like, McVay, they're ready to come put in work. So I'm going to say Rams. I'm going to say Rams edge them. I'm going to say at least.
Yeah, give me a score.
I honestly, not even edge. I think Rams honestly win by a touchdown.
Okay. Yep.
Because I think Rams go up and Bengals start to make a comeback, but it's not enough. I'm going to say Rams 34 and
27?
Rams 34 and Bengals 28. So not a full touchdown.
Okay. Nice. And that goes, that's obviously a high scoring matchup. Kyle, you think about this, but I'm gonna hit you with this, Hicks. Who in your world, with your hypothesis of this matchup, who wins the MVP?
I think that the Rams scored 34 because they score a touchdown each quarter. I think they get 2 rushing touchdowns. Matt Stafford throws 2, maybe nothing too long, probably the 2 kind of off receivers. But I bet that they get the opportunity to do those things by turnovers that are either forced by Aaron Donald or another player in their defense. I think it's going to be a Rams defensive player that wins MVP. And I honestly, so this is going to sound weird. It could be somebody random because of the scheme. Aaron Donald's going to get triple team. But their defense creates opportunities. Like the previous game, the one guy had 2 picks. You know what I mean? So let's go wild card. Let's go Von Miller.
I like it. Who Von Miller, if I'm not mistaken, won it before with the Broncos.
Yep, that's true.
So.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I mean, that would put him in a whole nother echelon of Hall of Fame players in terms of you win. I mean, first of all, one defensive MVP, or one MVP of the game as a defensive player for the Super Bowl. And if you end up winning 2 of them, woo, you talk about a stat. You talk about a bar. Jay-Z ain't got bars like that. Like, that's a real bar right there. What you got, Kyle?
Ooh. Gonna be tough. I mean, if you're really looking at it, how the game I think is gonna go, man, that is so tough. I have to go with Joey B. I have to. I know I hate going just with the quarterback, because it's all quarterback. normal thing to do, whatever. But I mean, honestly, I feel like the only way that they're going to win this game is through something like that. I mean, Joey Burrow, I think he's gonna have 3+ touchdowns, probably 300 yards. How do you even let's say Jamar Chase has like 3 of those has all 3 touchdowns. You're still gonna probably give it to the guy that's throwing it to him. So I have to go with Joey B, man.
You got a score for us?
34-31.
All right, man, you guys like a high scoring matchup. I'm kind of the other way around, man. I mean, I think early game jitters, I think it may mess around and be a 7-10 halftime. You know what I mean? But things could explode fast with both of these teams. So that don't mean nothing.
Hey, guess what? They can score on defense too.
They can score on defense. Yes, sir. They can score on defense and special teams. So you're always afraid of that, man. But we talk about, if I had to clearly give a breakdown for this game, and people literally have been asking me for the last 2 weeks. I got, clients that I train for speed and agility. I got the kids. I got their parents. I got, obviously the players that I coach now from my Hobart basketball team. They're asking me who I'm going to pick. And, it's fun being in the position where people are literally asking you, who are you going to take? But I also feel like that's a general question for most football fans right now, right? It's an easy conversation, icebreaker. Hey, who are you taking in the Super Bowl? So for me, this matchup has been very, very tricky because on one hand, you got Matt Stafford, Detroit legend, one of the first quarterbacks to wear Detroit buffs, way before Joey B. So, I got love for Matt Stafford, him and Megatron, like that was a sight to behold if you were a Lions fan. Probably And again, I've been watching Lions since, I don't know how the Lions even got on this show. We talking about the Super Bowl, and Lions ain't going to be sniff the Super Bowl for a while. Hopefully I'm wrong on that, but here we are. Besides Barry Sanders, Matt Stafford, and Megatron, they are the Detroit Lions in my eyes. You talk about some of the best players ever to wear the Honolulu blue and silver. So I got a lot of love for Matt Stafford. He won a lot of games for us. The best quarterback in Lions history is Matt Stafford. Saying all that, he still never won a play. And again, it's a team game, but he was never a quarterback when our team won a playoff game, because we haven't won a playoff game in over 60 years. So it's good to see him in this position with the Rams, potentially being a NFL Super Bowl winning quarterback. So I love to see that. I love to see that he's balling at the right time. And I love to see that. I mean, he's had you think about that Tampa Bay game, he had to throw to win that game to Cooper Kupp. So I love to see that. And again, he's always been a talented quarterback. You can never take that away from him. And on the flip side of that, like, Joey Cigar is the coolest cat in the NFL right now. And as my alarm goes off, Joey Cigar is the coolest cat in the NFL right now. And there's potential again. And I think we said this weeks ago. I don't know what show that was, but there's a chance we could look up. I remember saying this, actually. I'm going to pat myself on the back. There's a chance we could look up and say 5 years from now, would it be crazy to think Joe Burrow has a Super Bowl win or two?
It is not crazy at all, my friend.
It is not crazy, especially when you talk about he's in the final game right now. So it wouldn't be crazy at all. And, you know, he has a pedigree of winning a national title. You know, he has a pedigree of being at Ohio State, transferring out to LSU, betting on himself, winning a national title with LSU when LSU wasn't even looked to be a title contender that year. And he lit up the world that year. And he's doing the same thing in NFL right now, second year, right? And especially a quarterback that he was hurt the second half of his rookie season. So I don't even know what game number this is for him. Like, he hasn't even played a complete 2 seasons yet, and he in a Super Bowl. So he's clearly special. He's clearly special. So, and again, these teams, you look at the stats, they are equal. All right. So if I got equal teams, I got a quarterback on one hand I got a lot of love for, because he wore the jersey of the team that I rooted for so long. It would be nice to see him win. But then on the other side, I got a young quarterback. Yeah, he may be young, but I keep saying that these cats are ready, right? And the fact that Joe Burrow has put the team on his back before and has won it before makes me kind of want to lean their way. And again, you talk about a 4-point spread. Like, clearly, I mean, it's got to be close. It's a Super Bowl. Both these teams are, in theory, supposed to be the 2 closest teams when they come to matching up. So it comes down to who do I feel like is actually going to make the play when it matters the most. My heart's kind of broken on this one, man, and I hate to even say it, but I got to go with the road team, yo. I'm sorry, I got to go with the home team, the official home team. But when it comes to actually being in that building, I'm going with the road team. So I'm not going with the favorite. I'm not going with LA Rams, Matt Stafford. I am so sorry. I got love for you, man. Maybe there's a chance you can come back next year. If you ever want to come on a Coach T NFL show with Colin Hicks, you always got a warm seat with us, man. But when it comes to Joey Cigar, them boys in them stripes, Jamar Chase, Joe Mixon, even Samaje Perine. I'm just naming cats on their squad. But and another reason too, I want to make sure I shout them out, man. I should have looked this up earlier. Another reason why I'm going with the Bengals, they got a player from my alma mater, West Bloomfield High School, playing for them. So I gotta ride. I'm gonna get his name soon, but I gotta ride with the Bengals because it's too much on the line where I feel like, look, I can't look back and say I took the Rams simply because this game is played in LA and they got Matt Stafford at quarterback. Like, those boys in them stripes are too real, man, and it's just too hard to go against them. And shout out to Khalid Kareem, man. Yeah, defensive end. So that I may just say that's gonna be my MVP. We talking about the defensive player winning the MVP. Khalid Kareem, number 90 defensive end for the Cincinnati Bengals, West Bloomfield High School alma mater, man. One of our very own at West Bloomfield School District. So got love for him, man. Got love for the Bengals. I got love for Matt Stafford too, but in my eyes, I can't go against Joey Cigar, and I can't go against the Bengals. I just can't. I can't. So that's my pick. That's you guys' pick, and those are our final picks for the Coach C NFL show with Kyle and Hicks right there, fellas. I talked about it. I still got to get my MVP. Well, actually, I just gave my MVP. Okay, there you go. I'm gonna go with Khalid Kareem. If I had an offensive player to give it to, I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna go with Joe Mixon. I think the running back. I think it will be a low scoring game, and I think the running back will play a vital role, especially when you talk about a young quarterback in Joe Burrow. I think a smart coach, and I do think Zach Taylor's a smart coach. I think he's going to try to find a way to give Joe Mixon the ball, and I think Joe Mixon will not leave the field. Like, you won't see another running back in it. You're going to see him the entire time. You ride that horse as long as you can till the cows come home. So I think he's going to get about 25 carries, because I don't think they want to be trying to throw the ball, drop back a bunch with Aaron Donald and them boys teeing off. So I think I would say Joe Mixon for MVP, and I wonder what the odds would be for that, because I think you can get some pretty good odds there. So, fellas, let me ask you guys this. Last question here. How are you enjoying the Super Bowl?
I'm going to have some folks at my place. We're going to be turning up a little bit. And, I think that's about it.
Honestly, I don't have much plans. I think we should go over to my buddy's house. Just kind of watch it. Hey, you have a few friends over, have a few, probably a few adult beverages and things like that. So it's gonna be a fun time, man. I'm excited for it.
I mean, don't drink too much before you eat now. Make sure you get something in that belly before you start
always
throwing
stay
them back.
Hydrated too. You know what I'm saying?
Always stay hydrated.
Taking sips of water. You know, we're not rookies out here.
Hydrate, water up. So I'm actually gonna go to my in-laws' place. They're gonna have a couple people over, man. Not too many. You know, we got Coco out there, so you can't have too many people over. But for my in-laws, gonna go over there, man. I think we having a little taco bar. Ooh. So that should be pretty good. Yeah, a little taco bar. You know what goes well with the taco bar, man? Some of that cerveza. You know what I mean? Some of that cerveza. Get some of that Modelo. You know what I mean? Okay, switch it up. Okay. And, by halftime, if the Bengals winning, I'm gonna be, do my little fiesta salsa, man. We'll see what happens. Go back to the Victor Cruz days. You know what I mean? Get some of that. Get them hips rocking.
Hey, get a little bit of that avocado tequila. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, there you go. Some of that Casamigos. There you go. Shout out to George Clooney on his tequila. So that's how I'm gonna be rocking that. But again, wonderful game, phenomenal game. And I'm telling you right now, I'm taking off Monday. I'm taking off work. I think I'll be sick that day.
Hey, bro, it's Super Bowl. It's Super Bowl Monday, bro. Like it's a
Super Bowl Monday.
It's a known holiday. Like no one does anything. You know what I'm saying? So. Yes.
All right, fellas. So let's wrap it up, man. It's getting late. We could talk about this for another 4 hours. Trust me, we really could. We got that type of ability. Plus, this game is so jam-packed, man. I know Kyle and Hicks, they are ready just to have this game happen. I know I'm ready for this game to be happening. But we got to wait, man. It's like Christmas, man. You got to wait for that gift to be unwrapped. You got to wait. You got to be patient. So we're going to be patient as much as we can. Well, we, like 50 said, we patiently waiting for a track to explode on. We are patiently waiting for this game to jump off. And I'm excited, and I can't wait to see my Bengals win. How about that? Fellas, what you guys got to say to the people before you go?
Oh, I was just going to say it was a great season with y'all, man. I just want to tell y'all thanks for having me as a part of the show. It's been good. It was, we had some great discussions, some big upsets. Man. Terrence always seemed to come through with some wacky picks that came through. I don't know how that happened.
The Jags and the Colts. The Jags and the Colts.
I'm telling you. But yeah, man, hopefully we get to do it again next season. I look forward to it. And thanks everybody for listening this year.
Yeah, same really over here. First, appreciate all you listeners out there. We do this for you guys. We enjoy it. It's a great time. We talk football all the time anyway. But really we just do it on here just so you guys can listen, you guys can support, you guys can just, have a good time. I just hope I hope we can be a mental vacation for you guys. Just to the few, the hour or so that we're doing it. So appreciate all you guys' support. Second, Hicks and Terrence, I appreciate you guys having me on as well. Fantastic time. I love talking ball. And I'm sure this might be the last episode of the season, but it won't be the last episode of the show. So I'm excited for next year. Excited for what more we can do, how much we can grow this, and Yeah, we will see you guys next year.
Wow.
Yeah, appreciate y'all, man.
Wow. Yeah, man. Y'all know I'll be getting emotional, man. That's I can't thank you guys enough for doing this. Like, just thinking back to Hicks. Remember when we talked like 2 years ago, and then I randomly text you, before we popped off this year. I'm like, yo, bro, I need you, man, because I knew you were a veteran. When it came to the podcasting game, man.
Oh, yeah.
You jumped right on, man. You hit it full force. So I thank you, man. You've been wonderful the entire time, man, because you really brought, some educated views, and you really brought like a chill vibe, which, trust me, a lot of fans appreciate what you can do, man. And for you, Kyle, we talked about this at a 7-on-7 tournament. You know what I mean? In the hotel room, like, hey, like, I want to do a podcast, bro. And like, you like, hey, I always wanted to be on a podcast. And, now you are like, to see the growth that both of you guys made, Kyle, especially you, because the first time you doing this, to see the growth you've made in podcasting and just being able to, make your points and eloquently make your points, and you got your research game down, man. I just appreciate all the work you've done, and both of you guys, man, because you guys have worked hard, and it's not easy. Like, we started this, bro, before the season began. Like, we did an AFC, NFC preview. We were doing fantasy previews. You fast forward all these. Yes. You fast forward all these months, man, just jumping around schedules, trying to make it work. And you guys have done it, man. So I cannot thank you guys enough. From the bottom of my heart, I cannot thank you guys enough. And I expect us to be able to do this again soon. But, life happens. If we never do this again for whatever reason, I wanted you guys to know I appreciate all the work you guys have done and all the time and energy you guys have put into this, because this is truly a labor of love. Ain't none of us getting a dime from this. Not one. At least not yet. You know what I mean? Not yet. Hey, Bill Simmons, the Ringer, holla at me, man. I'm gonna have to send this to the Ringer, man. Maybe they could sign us. But it's truly a labor of love, man. And we do this because we love to do it, and we have developed a genuine rapport. We've gelled with each other over, half a year it feels like now. Mm-hmm. So I thank you guys again, man, and I've had a lot of fun because of you two, straight up. So thank you again, bottom of my heart.
You make me cry.
All right, man. Hey, a couple days away. What was that?
No, I'm just laughing at Kyle.
Yeah, right. All right, man. If that's all you guys got to say, we're gonna wrap it up, and we'll still give you guys some content here and there, man. I know we got the draft, and I know we got mini camp and all that. So maybe sporadically we'll try to figure out if we can do a show or two, or maybe get get some picks out for whatever, or maybe some draft stuff. We'll see, man. That's the beauty of being able to do this stuff. We can be very fluid when it comes to ideas and creativity. So I know one thing: next year or sooner than later, we want to be able to do some live shows. So that'd be really cool. So anybody got any expertise on that, definitely holla at me, man. Holla at us so we can be able to get to that, because we want to give you guys, the fans, as much good content as we possibly can. So let's wrap it up here, man. You guys, you have nothing else to say?
I think I'm good.
Okay.
Yep, I'm good too.
All right. Last time here, fans. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. Keep bringing your love. Keep showing your support. And we'll keep bringing you that fun.